Have we seen the bottom in the market?
No.
So what's going on in the market? Made a video about 10 days ago. I said bull run in a bear market. So how do we know we're having a bull run in a bad market? I'm going to give you one example real quick. NVIDIA, which had earnings on Wednesday after the close of business. Earnings beat, but the forecasting and the supply chain issues and some other issues disappointed. So NVIDIA was down 8.5% after hours, down to about $153. Now, as we entered into Thursday's day of trading, NVIDIA started down 4 and 5% pre-market. Started down in the day of trading, maybe to about $160. When it hit 170 and it turned green, I announced to my platform, there is demand with NVIDIA. Then NVIDIA went from 170 all the way up to 180. So here's how you know we could be close to the bottom, but we probably will see bad things to come this year. Reason number one, 5 straight green days in the Dow. Reason number two, NVIDIA, which they were selling after hours, got pumped during the day and actually was green and green by quite a lot. Now, does that mean Friday is going to be a green day in the market? Friday could easily be a consolidation day. Again, I mentioned we have 5 straight green days. So let me tell you how you're going to make money with me. So let me bring up my cheat sheet on the SPY. The SPY tends to trade in an 8-point range. It traded 8 points, 10 points, 9 points. So how do we use that information? Well, we're looking at the SPY right now on Thursday. It's 405.18. So I'm saying it's going to close somewhere between 404 and 405. I know that it's going to trade an 8-point range on Friday. So I say to myself, say it opens at 404, the bottom end of the range could perhaps be 398 if it's a red day, all the way up to 406. So there will be some green and some red tomorrow if it's a normal Friday. Let's come up with a more bullish scenario. Still an 8-point range. Buy on the support end might be 400. So anybody that's in 5 puts and your SPY is sitting at 405 right now, it's a potential you could see 400 tomorrow, and on the high side 408. Now, if the market continues to get bought up for a 6th trading day and things are bullish, then I would expect we're going to close at 405. And I would say maybe on the downside, you might see 402, which would be, if you think it's going to be bullish, your time to exit out of your trades, any puts that you're in, or your buy or calls, if you think we're going to finish around 410. But again, all 3 of these options give you an 8-point range. Now, going into the past couple of days, I've mentioned 388 support. That's where a lot of institutions have been buying. Now, at 388 on the SPY, there were a number of stocks that had support. There was Apple that had support at around 137. There was Nike that found support around $109, $110. There were other companies that were pretty beaten up, like a firm that went down to $13 and today is past $28 on the north side. I was in a firm from $48 all the way down to $13. So the fact that it's at 28, still a losing proposition for me. Then we look at crypto. So if you're looking at crypto with me, it's been a wild ride, understanding that crypto has been correlated 0.71 with the NASDAQ. All right. So as the NASDAQ moves or recovers, crypto can do the same. So have we seen the worst in the market? Well, let's see. You asked me, and based on the Fed swaps, Wall Street does not think the Fed is going to, with 50 basis point raises at the remaining meetings. The Fed Chair Powell came out and said, we're going to do what we need to do. So understand, 50 basis points in June already baked into the market. 50 basis points in July already factored into the market. 50 basis points the next meeting in September, no meeting in August, not factored into the market. In fact, a lot of people think, since the Fed said, well, we'll play it by ear as we get later in the year, but let's handle these first 2 rate hikes, see what happens to the market, and then we'll reassess. And then we might be more passive depending on whether we're headed into recession or not.
Okay, well, there's that word recession.
So GDP did not come in negative like I thought the possibility was this morning. Remember, last quarter we came in 1.1%. This quarter we came in positive, but we still missed estimates 0.01%. With that said, the market was telling you that it wasn't ready to sell off because the futures were up 200 to 300 points. And I said, they're going to sell off, the market would have turned red. So we pretty much knew today would be a green day. Now, I did think that the SPY was going to top out at 405. I did not think the SPY was going past 405. However, when it broke 405, I said, do not be surprised if it goes to 406.50 or even 407. So I know the top of the market. I think it passed 407. I know it's sitting at 405 and change right now. But let's remember, going into Friday, how to play the SPY. If I tell you it's an 8-point range and tomorrow's a red day and you see the top of the SPY at 408, understand 8 points down from there will be 400. If you go into tomorrow, and you don't have to guess about whether the market's going to be green or red. As I mentioned to everybody, I don't like to trade until at least 10:30 and sometimes 11 a.m. I like to see the market settle. Now, a great example of this is My SPY contracts that I were in today, I gave the alert out at $2.20. I set my stop loss because the SPY is dangerous at $1.80, down 20%. However, if I had waited for the double top instead of selling at $1.80, I would have been purchasing at $1.80 and felt more comfortable about my position. And another quick lesson, along with the SPY puts that I was thinking about getting into on Thursday, I was also thinking about getting back into UVXY calls. So the UVXY hasn't moved very much during the day. It's actually up 9 cents since my entry point. The SPY puts are down, or would have been down probably like 60% if I had held them, because the SPY is still about $1 higher than where I purchased them. So the UVXY is up and the SPY is up. So something has to give. As we head into tomorrow, 5 straight green days, I'm expecting some consolidation in the market. Let's see how it plays out. Trade safe, plan around the SPY. If you're looking at calls and you think the SPY is going down to the next level lower, hold off on those. The same thing if you're looking at puts and the SPY keeps spiking higher like it is on Thursday, like it did last week, then please wait for best entry and make yourself a successful trader.